All right, well, peace. Just want to come back with another video, man. First and foremost, hopefully, most on your house is blessing all day. By as mercy you may consume, we're live in the most on your house is body too, and naturally live. And I want to get into this, man, because honestly, because I'm at a new school now, working at a new school now, and one of my supervisors, she said every year that how she watches this movie Lean on Me, which is like classic movie Morgan Freeman. A lot of people in this movie, like the young brother that was in Juice. The sister, I forgot her name, very beautiful sister. She from Philly as well. She was on Malcolm and Eddie. Tony Todd is in this movie as a security guard. He was an extra, I think. There's a lot of people in this movie, but honestly, I always think of this like me. Honestly, just me personally, when thinking of Yahushua of Christ, like austere man, serious man, honestly, and because since we mentioned Matthew 23 earlier today, that's why the Most High House akins us to children as well, because honestly, what Joe Clark is going to like, shout out to brother Elijah too. The Elijah Israel. I ain't watched his videos in a minute, but yeah, because he made a video going into how this very similar how Joe Clark's approach and how he was when entering the school was like how Shai entered into the temple, or how Shai came on the scene. Honestly, like he saw the state of our people, like of his children, man. Just like Joe Clark saw the state of the children here, like honestly. But it's too, and that's why he was that austere, all very austere man, honestly. Like I always think of that when I think of Yahweh Shai, man. He was just that type, honestly, because it was indignation, pretty much your righteous anger. So, but what it is too. Shout out to brothers from Assembly Firstborn, because here's the thing, because like he said, when Yahweh Shai really, because Yahweh Shai would correct like people hearing their things, and he would just tell them to listen, to repent and live, believe on the scriptures, as the Most High Yahweh say, have faith in Him, and love the Most High Yahweh, love Him and His Father to all, follow Him, and love the Father with all your heart, all your soul, with all your might, and also too, He was the living embodiment of the Most High, man. So that's what it was, because that's what He came to teach us. Pretty much was the Father, but and so that's what it is. But notice how, like the brother Semi Firstborn said, Yahushua really never got on the common people, man. He always aimed it at at the Pharisees and at the rulers, honestly, and the scribes and things of that nature, because y'all wasn't instructing the people right. It is too, and that's why even in this education system, man, that's why in the scene Joe Clark has this indignation, man. What was indignation? Is righteous anger, pretty much, man. Because even in scriptures you could have that, man. Because that's why even and Peter says Lot will vex what he saw every day, or like oppression makes a wise man mad, and all these other things, man. Because he said, listen, because y'all don't care about, because this too, Yahushua actually cared about the people, man. He just didn't give them word or want them some some cult of personality thing. And no, he cared about people's souls. Actually, love without dissimulation. He actually cared about them, and which the most times the scribes and Pharisees, the scribes and Pharisees did, man. Even people now in the word, for the most part, it'd be some people, no matter what in the spiritual field that you're in, man. Some people, even I never. Honestly, man, working with youth, honestly, even though I am kind of be honest with you, I am kind of getting losing my passion for it, kind of getting tired of it, because things run their course in life. But still, that beyond that, you still have to have a love and interest for children, man. I mean, for what you do, especially as an instructor, as a teacher, man, you have to honestly actually have a genuine care about it, man. Honestly, it's more than they're just more than it's more to it than just that, man. Honestly, that's actually main thing here too, and that's why you see Joe Clark's indignation here, because he blamed the teachers for the failures of the children, just like Yahushua did. Now, of course, I'm not comparing this to Yahushua, even though the dynamic's similar, but hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying though. But yeah, it's very akin to that, very symbolic of that, honestly, man, because it is what it is, man. But yeah, we're just gonna watch this, man, because this is all what Matthew 23 is, because this is what Yahushua was doing to the rulers, the scribes, the Pharisees, all of them stuff, man. So
pay because we can't afford overtime.
Mr. Clark.
Yes, Mrs. Santos.
The problem isn't our pay.
What is the problem as you see it, Mrs. Santos?
How to get the students in on Saturday, sir.
You hear that, people? Mrs. Santos says, how do we get the students in on Saturdays for remedial reading? Well, I'll tell you how. We'll go to their homes. We will talk to their folks. If their folks can't read, they can come in too. The only way we're going to get anything done is to get everyone involved. And that goes for all of you. It's time to get involved.
Like how should I said, put your hand to the plow. Honestly, that's why in the first Romans 12, 1 Corinthians 12, man, one body, different members, but everybody has to get involved in this, man. Honestly, that's why, like, no matter what part of the body or what denomination in your house's body that you are, man. That's listen. Do that to the best of your ability, man. Because honestly, laboring for all for the same penny. But yeah, because at the end of the day, it's not bad. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than us, man. It's about the Most High house shot in our brothers and sisters, man. Because it's about like house shot did that, man. Like not only did he give, well, one he did like we always say he did it. He did everything he did for his his father's name and his name. No, their holy name, also to fulfill the book, and also for us as well, man, because he lived his life like dedicating to his children or his wife per se, man. So yeah, but anyway,
everyone in this section, put both your hands above your heads. Raise your hands. Put them up.
and those two, like that's why it says like that when the people like our ancestors or forefathers, when your house was on the scene, he said, oh, he don't teach as a scribe and Pharisees teaches. He teaches with authority. So Yahushua knew what he was talking about. He taught like this, honestly, for the most part. Now, there was moments, of course, he wasn't always like this, so very but really when he was like teaching. Because there's moments where his compassion was very gentle, but still very austere, very serious, very stern. Yeah, because really out of love, honestly.
You people represent the 70% of our students who just failed the practice exam. 70%. But that is not their failure. I don't blame them. The failure is yours. That's right, yours. How many hours do you spend preparing your lesson plans? How often do you stay after school to give those children, the ones you know needed, the extra help that they require? Keep your hands up. Now you are getting a hint of the kind of hopelessness and shame that makes those failing students throw up their hands at the thought of facing a world for which you have not prepared them.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting them.
And that's what it is too. And that's what, oh my gosh. Golly, hold on. And that's what it is at the end of the day, man. Because when especially man working with children, things with youth, man, because my goal was always is always to make sure even because a lot of times for the most part, most of the stuff that we learn in school, we don't even use it too much like that. Some things you do because depending on what field you're in, but especially like for math and things of that nature. Because say if you're working for a Pico or like electrician or or plumbing or something like that. Some certain math skills that you're gonna have to need. But for the most part, I should say we don't use what we use for skill. Use those skills in the actual real world, honestly. Because my job, what I always wanted to do. Other people, others that I know, man, we will focus on them being good people at the end of the day, being upright and good people, prepare them for life. Honestly, so that's what it is, and that's what he's saying here, man. Honestly, too. And going back to this his video, because actually, my supervisor, we were actually watching this clip earlier in the in the training this week. So, but anyway, damn, what was I gonna say? Yeah, and also too, man, there's everything with this, especially stuff like that. What he's saying here is there's more to it, honestly, than that, man. Because it is more of a lifestyle. That's why it's like acknowledging the Most High Yahushua all your ways, man, because there's more to it, man. That's what Yahushua came to teach us. That's when I asked the thing that he laid out for us, man. This is more to it than just that, man. That's why, you know what? Going back to the video we made about the Sabbath, man. The Sabbath is not just about quote unquote whatever you keep it Friday, sundown, Saturday, sundown, whatever you keep the Sabbath. No, it's the Sabbath. That's a lifestyle, man. Keep it holy. Pretty much that in the law when it says that, man. No, our lives, because what is Sabbath? Rest, man. If we seek an everlasting rest, man, we should live our lives according to that promise, man. That goes back to the faith. So that's when we live our whole lives and acknowledge the Most High Yahshua in all our ways, man. It's our way of life. It's our lifestyle. It's our conduct, man. Just going back to this, man, it's more to it than that. That's why, like, even one of my favorite shows, we always talk about it a lot. I always talk about is The Wire, man. But that's what made cops like, Jimmy McNulty and Lester so good is that they proved that no, this is more to it to be a cop, man. It's actually a lifestyle. To be an efficient, top tier, elite, skilled cop, it's more to it than just like clocking in, drinking beers and donuts and stuff like that, make a few arrests or do a few, drug busts here and there, or do a few raids here and there. No, it's a lifestyle, man, because honestly, that's what it is. Even though they kind of did, they did a little stuff dirty, but it was all in the intent of no. There's more to it than this. That just like what the Joe Clark, played by Morgan Freeman, saying here. No, man, this is more to it. As far as a good teacher, man, you gotta put time in. Even if it's like not convenient for you. Honestly, you might take time, your personal time, if you really want to be like And I don't fault people that listen. Like they just look at it as a job. That listen, we're just here. Well, yeah, in the aspect I do, especially working with children, but because most of the time that's the problem with the education system now, man. Because that's why, this inside, you get mostly teachers here now. Well, I noticed this shit when I first started working in education, working with youth. Now these teachers are getting younger, and they kind of don't even. There's a bunch of them that don't even like children, man. They call out all the time that I was on vacation, or you could just kind of tell that. So yeah, man, that's is what it is. But I mean, listen, but on that tip, if you look at it as a job, okay, that's cool. But but to be one that's going to have impact on their lives, there's more to it than that. Like, honestly, and that's what Yahushua came to do, man. Show you there's more to it than just the commandments, man. But that's why I said in Matthew 23, the weightier matters of the law. But I'm gonna stop with the my little diatribe and just keep going.
Of the despair they feel when left to the mercy of the streets. Keep your hands up high. Now look around at yourselves. Turn and look at yourselves. Because you are failing to educate them. This is the posture that many of our students will wind up in. Only they'll be staring down the barrel of a gun.
Yeah. So yeah, man. That's just is what it is right there, man. So yeah. And that's why, since we talked about Matthew 23 earlier, man, that's kind of more likely how it was, man. That's how he never went after the common folks, man. He always saved his really rebuke and indignation against well, he would get, let me say that too, like the brother sent me first one say, he would get sometimes upset with the common people, because listen, y'all don't care about yourselves, y'all don't love y'all souls, man, y'all don't care, y'all don't love yourselves, man, you don't care about your own soul. He would get that indignation in that way, but for the most part, man, he saved that for the rulers and the scribes and Pharisees and rulers of the people, man. So yeah, man, hopefully it's edifying, man. So yeah, peace.